I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, and I don't expect to be forgiven. I'm simply here to apologize.
Dylan Birch, the Disney World danger. Committing mass atrocities isn't a concept for comedy, but a very real fear many have. Yet in 2018, Birch decided the situation was hilarious.
And I want to ask him, why in the world would he think this type of prank is a good idea?
While at the Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida, the YouTuber got intoxicated and then went around telling guests someone was wandering around with a firearm. Birch reportedly did this to record the people's reaction as he told them he was joking. However, his practical joke caused the resort to lock down as the fake story was investigated.
According to the arrest report, he was working on a school project and recording people's reactions when they find out an emergency was occurring.
The police later found Birch hiding in a bush. Due to his reckless behavior, he was sentenced to 3 days in jail and banned from Disney World. Dear fat people. Usually, when a comedian makes a joke, there's a setup, a punchline, and laughter from the audience. However, Nicole Arbour's 2015 video, Dear Fat People, missed all these attributes.
Some people are already really mad at this video.
She spent 6 minutes monologuing to the camera with fat-phobic jabs, poorly disguised as jokes. Understandably, there was a lot of backlash, as fellow YouTubers and viewers heavily criticized her. The controversy even caused Arbour to miss out on film roles too. However, despite that, the Canadian influencer has little remorse. Instead, she made various other Dear videos, each taking shots at another demographic. Arbour also claimed she did the infamous video to gain notoriety, but it's not like the scandal springboarded her career.
Did you expect to offend people? Are you surprised that people
100%, 100%. That video was made to offend people, just the way I do with all the other videos. It's just satire. I'm just being silly. I'm just having a bit of fun.
Ruby Frankie. In 2015, Frankie opened the family vlogging channel 8 Passengers.
Ruby Frankie. Ironically, she'd been a high-flying Mormon momfluencer, attracting 2.5 million followers on her YouTube channel, 8 Passengers. Ruby's personal brand built around tough love.
But by 2020, allegations of mistreating her children began to slowly circulate, resulting in the channel's decline. After splitting with her husband Kevin in 2022, Frankie started working with counselor Jody Hildebrandt on the channel Connections. In 2023, shock spread through YouTube when Frankie's emaciated and injured son escaped from their house and asked neighbors for help. Police soon investigated and found evidence of abuse. After agreeing to a plea deal, Frankie was sentenced to between 4 and 30 years in jail. Hildebrandt, taking a similar deal, also received 4 to 30 years.
Jody Hildebrandt and Ruby Frankie are now waiting to be transported to prison, where the Utah Board of Pardons and Parole will ultimately decide their fate.
So when I look at this case, you're probably looking in that 8 to 10 year range for both of them.
However, this was soon followed by a lawsuit from a former client and another from Kevin. I'm J Station fakes girlfriend's death. When looking to boost interest in a channel, YouTubers will typically think of new content ideas or rebranding. However, Jason Ethier, aka I'm J Station, went in a far more sinister direction.
We're gonna say our last goodbyes to Alexia.
In 2020, he uploaded a video of him tearfully explaining that his partner and fellow YouTuber, Alexia Morano, had passed away after an intoxicated driver struck her. Ethier then released further videos, such as trying to contact her spirit with a Ouija board. However, it soon emerged that the police had no record of a fatal crash in that area and that Morano was alive. Ethier eventually admitted he did this to boost subscribers and that his partner was involved in the ploy.
Alexia was never dead at all. Let me tell you guys exactly what happened with all these my girlfriend's dead videos, because right now it's going to be a very truthful story.
However, Morano then broke up with him and accused him of abuse. Onision. In the early days of YouTube's popularity, James Jackson, also known as Onision, was one of the platform's biggest names with his sketch videos.
Great strawman argument!
Alright, 1, I don't think you understand what a strawman argument is. And 2, look at my ankles.
However, in 2012, another side to him began to emerge as he made controversial statements about an ex-partner. In 2019, Jackson allegedly doxed someone, resulting in his Patreon being banned. Soon after, he was then accused of abuse by ex-partner Shiloh Hoganson, followed by accusations he'd been grooming fans. This led Chris Hansen of To Catch a Predator fame to target Jackson by arriving at his home to interview him. However, Jackson refused. He then issued petitions against Hansen and YouTuber Daniel Sulzbach, aka Repzion. However, due to another Chris Hansen being served accidentally, it was dismissed.
He went to court filing his own motion for some sort of restraining order, and it was dismissed. It was, is one of the goofiest things I've ever seen.
BetterHelp. If their commercials aren't popping up during videos, BetterHelp was sponsoring specific YouTubers.
We want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this video, BetterHelp.
With a company all about helping those struggling with mental health issues by connecting them to therapists, it seemed like a good message, but not everyone agreed. In 2018, YouTube stars such as PewDiePie criticized BetterHelp's practices, accusing the company of faking reviews, deceptive pricing, and terms of service that stated it didn't guarantee therapists' credentials. Yikes. PewDiePie also highlighted that when viewers signed up via a link, the YouTuber would get paid, essentially meaning they're profiting from their fan base's struggles.
It's been confirmed that YouTubers have been paid $200 per person that they get to sign up for BetterHelp. $200. That's a lot of money.
BetterHelp higher-ups rejected the accusations. However, the company found itself in another controversy in 2023 when it shared consumers' health data with third parties. Reset and the Inedible Oreo. First specializing in gaming content, Kongwa Ren, aka Reset, began incorporating challenge and practical joke videos. However, in 2017, Ren took a pack of Oreos, removed the cream, and replaced it with toothpaste.
Video prompted outrage online when Reset was 19. He did post a video admitting he may have gone too far.
Then he went through the streets of Barcelona, Spain, giving the deceptive treats to people. Ren then met a homeless man and gave him some doctored Oreos, causing the man to vomit. He later tried to bribe the man and his family into not pressing charges. In 2019, Ren was sentenced to 15 months in jail, which he was unlikely to serve due to being a non-violent first-time offender.
So hopefully he learns a lesson from this, because he didn't have any empathy for this man whatsoever, so someone needs to teach this young man a lesson.
Ren was also banned from uploading on YouTube for 5 years and had to pay the victim 20,000 euros, around $22,400. Ava Tyson's alleged messages. As a childhood friend of James Mr. Beast Donaldson, Tyson had been involved with the channel since the early days. In 2023, during an interview with Anthony Padilla, she announced she was a trans woman.
And I think that is part of what the HRT did for me, was being able to accept myself and being able to look in the mirror and say, yes, you are a woman.
However, in 2024, Tyson was then accused of grooming a minor. While she defended herself, claiming it was edgy jokes, Tyson stepped away from the MrBeast channel. The victim originally supported Tyson's version of events, but later stated they realized it was inappropriate. Donaldson followed the scandal by hiring a law firm to investigate the accusations.
Part of that investigation is they recommended that I not talk about drama or really do anything online because it might influence, witnesses or any people they might interview or ex-employees. So
after 3 months, the company concluded the allegations were, quote, baseless. Following this, the alleged victim called the allegations against Tyson, quote, completely false. The ukulele apology. With her character Miranda Sings, Colleen Ballinger took YouTube by storm with her skits, leading to mainstream success with films and TV shows.
Bam! You're famous.
Sounds easy to me.
Well, it is easy. The views should start pouring in.
However, behind the scenes, things were very far darker. After admitting to sending underwear to an underage fan in 2020, it got worse in 2023 when screenshots of a group chat she was involved in went public. Ballinger seemingly asked many inappropriate questions to minors, including those that evolved around intimate acts. As the scandal grew, causing racist and insensitive past videos to resurface, Ballinger did something no one expected. She released a YouTube apology video while singing as she played the ukulele.
All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
It was strange and caused a lot of backlash and mockery that she hasn't recovered from since. Jeff Wittick's horror injuries. Typically, when a group of influencers team up for content, everyone benefits in some way. However, for Wittick and David Dobrik's vlog squad, it ended horribly.
I just jumped out of a plane 20 times. What's the worst that could happen?
In 2020, Wittick was severely injured by a stunt, resulting in suffering many terrible injuries. In 2021, he released a series of videos titled "Don't Try This at Home," which detailed what happened and the aftermath. As the squad was filming stunts in a lake in Utah, one part involved Wittick holding onto a rope as Dobrik swung the excavator it was attached to. However, Dobrik was more aggressive with the movements. He then stopped suddenly, causing Wittick to collide with the vehicle. In 2022, Wittick issued a $10 million lawsuit against Dobrik for causing his injuries.
I felt stupid that I even got myself in that situation and that I even allowed somebody to have control of my life.
Hossein Zadeh versus Klein. You may know these parties better as YouTube personalities Bold Guy and H3H3 Productions. For those unfamiliar with the works of Ethan and Ela Klein, their two channels H3H3 and Ethan and Ela boast comedy skits, reaction videos, and YouTube criticism. When they reacted to a video uploaded by Matt Hosszone, the channel's owner, Matthew Hossein Zadeh, didn't take too kindly to the slamming or their use of his content.
You know, when you watch a porn, you endure this shit because you know it's going somewhere. But here, it's like there's no payoff.
His lawyer demanded the video to be taken down, never spoken of again, and wanted $4,000 in compensation. The lawsuit continued, causing big names like Philip DeFranco and the Fine brothers to band together to help fund H3H3's defense in the name of fair use. YouTube heroes and subscriber bug. 2016 will go down as a write-off for just about everybody, especially YouTube. Throughout the year, many YouTubers saw a hefty dip in their subscribers and were understandably a little miffed. In response to the outcry, YouTube kind of admitted they didn't know what was happening, later saying it was a bug.
What is happening, YouTube? I need answers!
To add fuel to the rage fire, YouTube then came out with YouTube Heroes in September 2016, a program that would allow users to flag videos, report users, and assist in closed captioning. Basically, they wanted people to work for YouTube for free. In a sad twist of irony, the community backlash was so brutal that YouTube disabled the comment section on the video. Talk about a downvote. Marina Joyce fake kidnapping. In July 2016, this young beauty vlogger came under serious scrutiny. In a video about date outfits, Marina Joyce seemed to be behaving strangely.
Click the link or click this right now if you would like to buy their clothes.
Her fans immediately noticed she wasn't her normal energetic self, and some even thought they could see bruises on her body. Many took these as signs Joyce was in danger, with some even speculating she was kidnapped by ISIS. The hashtag #SaveMarinaJoyce quickly spread online, with fears escalating to the point that authorities visited her home. In reality, the video was just an awkward advertisement, and her bruises a result of a tumble in the woods prior to shooting the video. Whether this was a stunt Joyce pulled, the real deal, or just a lot of jumping to conclusions, it's still quite something. The beauty racism scandal.
What do they say about glass houses and throwing stones again? These beauty gurus could have used a refresher. In summer 2018, the beauty community was rocked by a racism scandal reported in Vox and the Washington Post. It all started with the fallout between makeup artist Jeffree Star and other beauty mavens. Gabby Zamora accused Star of being racist, but it backfired when followers dug up offensive social media posts from Zamora, as well as Nikita Dragun, Manny MUA, and Laura Lee, who once advised black people to pull up their pants when running from police. The scandal led to Lee's infamous and widely ridiculed apology video. Let this be me!
Toby Turner's allegations. Famous for his literal trailers and humorous music videos,
Hooded man watches from a distance.
Toby Turner, aka Tobuscus, came under fire in spring 2016 for accusations from ex-girlfriend and YouTube personality April F. Soon after, another of Turner's ex-girlfriends, Amelia Talon, came forward saying that Turner had pressured her into using drugs and had also physically hurt her. Jacqueline Glenn, another ex, did speak out in support of Turner, though she also claimed that she often felt pressured, but not forced to do things during their relationship. In November, she posted again saying that Turner was incessantly messaging her and that she just wanted the whole ordeal to stop. The Ace family.
You ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
On the surface, the Ace Family YouTube channel portrays a luxurious and fulfilling family life that any normal person could only dream of.
I will be the best husband and the best father that I will try to ever be.
But search the internet using the patriarch's name, Austin McBroom, and the word scandal, and you won't know where to start with this channel. For one, Austin has been accused of cheating on his wife.
Does your wife know that you cheat on her every weekend? Does she know that you message every single girl on Instagram?
Assaulting other women, and has faced lawsuits related to unpaid bills, namely the foreclosure of their $13 million mansion. He's also come under severe criticism for his problematic behavior relating to his own children.
You guys ready for Saturday?
Yeah! ElsaGate.
Spanning multiple channels, ElsaGate changed how YouTube monitors content. The foundations were laid in 2014, when Quebec City-based channel Webs and Tiaras began uploading videos featuring people dressed up as Elsa and Spider-Man in unexpected and disturbing situations. At first glance, the videos seemed family-friendly and designed to draw in young viewers. But then things get weird and inappropriate. Then there was the channel Toy Freaks, run by a single father who liked to scare his daughters and show them spitting up food. The media was slow to react, but in 2017, a slew of articles prompted YouTube to delete thousands of videos and announce new guidelines.
Eugenia Cooney.
Beauty YouTuber Eugenia Cooney has been controversial ever since her first video, due to her extremely thin appearance. In 2016, a Change.org petition called for YouTube to temporarily ban her account, claiming she has a negative influence on young girls, some of whom say they want to be Eugenia Cooney skinny. Eugenia subsequently stated that she doesn't endorse being underweight, and YouTube refused to ban her account. This in turn sparked heated discussions around the extent of control and influence that people can or should have over others' bodies. To this day, her videos receive a significant portion of dislikes.
Nicole Arbor and Matthew Santoro. YouTuber Nicole Arbor is best known for her infamous Dear Fat People video, in which she harshly criticizes obese people.
Dear fat people. Some people are already really mad at this video.
She made more than a few enemies with her comments, all while gaining a lot of publicity.
Did you expect to offend people? Are you surprised that
100%, 100%.
However, she came into the news again for another YouTube-related fiasco. Matthew Santoro, who's best known for his factual list videos, posted a video revealing that he had an emotionally and physically abusive relationship.
This person prevented me from leaving their home. I was hit in the face.
In a video from January 2016 titled My Abuse Story, he talked about the relationship and the ensuing trauma. It wasn't confirmed that he was referring to Arbor until she posted calling him a little bitch and stated he was using her for attention. Real classy. Leafy is here. For a while there, Leafy is here managed to make a career out of just ridiculing people on YouTube. Guess we're all good at something? In 2016, he decided to turn his mean streak onto autistic YouTuber Tommy NC 2010, making fun of his appearance and behavior. In a tearful response, Tommy NC 2010 claimed that Leafy's toxic fans were sending him death threats.
All I wanted to do was inspire people.
An iDubbbz content cop video soon followed, criticizing Leafy's repetitive and low-quality content, after which Leafy's subscriber count began to plummet. He stopped uploading content in December 2017, and YouTube isn't exactly worse off for it. Drama Alert and the RuneScape Predator. No one can stir up the drama quite like Keemstar of the controversial Drama Alert channel. However, sometimes he and the channel jump the gun, and in this case, someone got hurt. Drama Alert found a news story about a gamer named John Phillips using RuneScape to lure young women, and singled out Twitch streamer Tony as the culprit. Except he wasn't the guy. Tony soon received death threats and hateful messages, reducing him to tears. YouTuber Scarce entered the scene and called out Keemstar's lack of fact-checking, stating that the actual predator was still in prison and that Tony was an innocent man. Keemstar issued an apology video and offered the man money in damages, but many thought sorry wasn't nearly enough.
I know the responsible thing is to acknowledge that we got this wrong.
The Channel Awesome management controversy.
There's only so much that people will take. In March 2018, former Channel Awesome employees alleged mistreatment by the company's upper management. They accused the Walker brothers of being incompetent and failing to communicate with producers, and alleged that the company fosters an incredibly sexist working environment. A few months later, a document titled Not So Awesome was released via Google Drive, detailing numerous further complaints. Channel Awesome brushed off the accusations, calling its former employees disgruntled and vindictive, making the situation much, much worse. When the dust settled, only 4 producers remained, where once there were 40.
CSGO Lotto, T. Martin and the Syndicate Project. In 2013, Counter-Strike Global Offense became more customizable for users, giving them the option of skins. Soon, sites popped up giving users, no matter how old they were, the chance to trade and gamble these coveted items on Counter-Strike games on stream. YouTuber Honor the Call started noticing that Trevor Martin, known as T. Martin, and Tom Castle of the Syndicate Project both won a lot of money on CSGOLotto.com, which was used to win the in-game items.
Oh my God!
He then uncovered that Martin and Castle were CSGO Lotto's president and vice president respectively, which they hadn't mentioned.
Apparently, these two have been allegedly faking gambling and also faking winning.
What started as a mother suing the game's developer for allowing her son to gamble soon resulted in a class action lawsuit against Martin and Castle, who had broken the Federal Trade Commission rules. The Micah Stauffer family scandal. Family-themed YouTube channels always seem ripe for controversy.
I am personally concerned for these kids.
It is not okay to treat children like this, and just call it a prank.
Daddy05 is one example, having had their channel terminated for causing mental damage to their own children.
They would get excited when they would get a lot of views, and it was more for shock value.
But the Micah Stauffer scandal involving her adopted son is one that's even more twisted and bizarre. In 2017, with some help from a GoFundMe, the Stauffers adopted a young boy from China, whom they knew had autism. For several years, audiences got to know their son Huxley and how he was readjusting to his new life and family. Then suddenly, he disappeared from the channel's uploads, and the news came out shortly that he had been rehomed to a new family that supposedly was more able to suit his special needs.
Do I feel like a failure as a mom? Like 500%.
While some of their audience may have been sympathetic to the situation, the overall response on social media was one of shock and disgust, with many accusing the Stauffers of exploiting the young child for content. Sam Pepper's killing best friend prank. Former Big Brother housemate Sam Pepper is now most known for prank videos. In 2014, one of his videos featured him touching women without their consent, but a year later, he went to a whole new level. The video depicts Pepper in disguise kidnapping online personalities Sam Goldbach and Colby Brock, then forcing Goldbach to watch Brock get shot. Pepper was shocked by the horrified response, and Goldbach expressed the video's point about living life to the full. When petitions called for Pepper to be banned from YouTube, he responded with a GoFundMe page, promising to delete his YouTube account if pledges hit $1.5 million. By February 2016, Pepper began privatizing his videos and purging his Twitter account before re-emerging as a vlogger. Shane Dawson and his jokes. Shane Dawson just keeps piling it on. In 2012, Dawson thought it would be hilarious to perform in blackface at VidCon. It wasn't, and he apologized. In the meantime, though, he'd joked, if that's the word, about Googling inappropriate topics relating to kids. He offered a quote-unquote justification for this behavior. It all resurfaced in 2018 when he was lambasted on Twitter. That same year, he copped criticism for his documentary on Jake Paul, in which he asked a marriage and family counselor if Jake Paul was a sociopath. Oh, and then in March 2019, someone dug up a clip of him talking about doing disgusting things to a cat. TanaCon.
If TanaMojo will be remembered for anything, it will be the utter dumpster fire that was TanaCon. When VidCon refused to brand Tana a featured creator, she created the self-named TanaCon in retaliation, hosting it at the Anaheim Marriott Suites on the same day as VidCon. The event was sold well over capacity, leaving fans stuck outside in the sun for hours.
I got pushed by a cop. I got pulled by the hair by a fan.
And when they got inside, the convention was little more than a hotel hallway with nothing to do. The gift bags given to VIPs consisted of wristbands and Tana condoms. Frustrated attendees compared it to Fyre Festival, and security shut the whole thing down after just a few hours.
The Fine Brothers React World. Best known for their reaction videos, the Fine Brothers announced plans in 2016 to license their format to creators and trademark the term React.
We are excited to announce React World.
Many saw this as a move to capitalize on what is a very common format, and the Fine Brothers were met with heavy criticism from both viewers and fellow content creators. YouTubers with reaction videos were slammed with copyright strikes or requests for compensation, and the Fine Brothers suffered a loss of around 675,000 subscribers. On February 1st, 2016, Raffi and Benny Fine halted the React World program and decided to face the music. But it's going to be hard to ever forget this bad business move.
We were never trying to say that every video where someone reacts to something else is something we would try to control.
PewDiePie's racism scandals.
2017 was not PewDiePie's year. In February, the Wall Street Journal pegged 9 of his videos as including anti-Semitic content and Nazi imagery. PewDiePie apologized while also claiming that the media had taken his jokes and statements out of context. Nonetheless, he was fired from Disney's Maker Studios for going too far. The following September, Pewds uttered the N-word during a live stream of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, and had to apologize again, calling himself an idiot. Then in December 2018, he was called out for promoting ER, an anti-Semitic, homophobic, and sexist video essayist. Pewds said he wasn't aware of ER's controversial content, but many found it irresponsible that he hadn't looked further into the channel.
Logan Paul in Aokigahara. In the history of YouTube scandals, the time Logan Paul filmed someone who took their own life deserves a whole chapter. The video saw Paul and friends traveling into Japan's infamous Aokigahara forest, a location that is said to house the ghosts of the dead. The group eventually came upon a corpse hanging from a tree. They filmed the body, their reactions, and then shockingly uploaded the whole thing to YouTube. The backlash was swift, with even well-known celebrities chiming in. Sophie Turner called him an idiot, and Aaron Paul said he should rot in hell.
I have never quite witnessed anything so inhumane and so compassionless and just with zero respect.
The scandal and Logan's other antics eventually led to YouTube temporarily suspending advertising on his channels. What other YouTube scandal that shook your world did we miss from our list? Let us know in the comments.
The truth is, I will actually love you no matter what, but I really, really hope this bomb of truth exploding into your face will act as shrapnel that seeps into your soul, makes you want to be healthier so that we can enjoy you as human beings longer on this planet.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.